Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well today. It's been a while since I've been on here. I just gonna hang out and work on a few things, so I'll take a break as people chat and bring stuff up. But otherwise, I'm gonna just kind of get to it. So I'll probably be quiet until some people join and start chatting. I'm probably gonna just stick to working on the token generator for the next hour. I just needed a break from some other stuff, and I just wanted to kind of see. There's two more things I need to kind of change, and then start merging things. Essentially, everything's everything's ready. There's just a couple things that need to be tweaked. Working on a better data feed for our Explorer, so it's like real time, fast, and so I was just gonna kind of get into it. I posted on Twitter. There we go. I did. Oh, cool. It shows a little hosting thing there too. All right. All right. I have a check here, and I changed some stuff around, and now my check's not working. So I'm just trying to figure out, without breaking anything too hard. Hey Ron, how you doing? All right. So balance unit type is row not found, which is correct. I wonder what. Ah, come on! I just copied you. Is my mic working? What this? Yeah, I'm just working on it. I'm doing like when we redid everything. A lot of this, like when this is the form now. Like it broke some stuff, and so I can show you what it looks like now. I have like little things like I gotta make these buttons a little better. And it's been like months. Cool. It's been like months since I've streamed. I have no expectations. I don't know if anybody will even check it out. But I figured I should start again. Cool. Let's. I must have. What did I do there? I bet I scrolled and it impacted that. Yeah, that looks better. See, like this doesn't need to be shortened. Hey, buddy. Oh, Otter in the house. Yeah, see, like, I bet there is no error. I bet this is actually going to work. I'm trying to track down why it's doing that. Create. I do this to myself. I'm trying to get it like perfect, and you start tearing stuff apart. You gotta be prepared for what happens. I've also noticed it overwhelms the node and then shoots an error. I just have a retry, so it's not picking up the retry. It's only picking up the first error. That's why it sometimes will work. Even if it says there's an error, it still works, which is what I want it to do. Let's see. Yeah, see, the damn thing worked. Ugh. Like, oh. Okay. That's all good. So what's their 6? I'm gonna have to just be patient for a minute and wait to see what this does. The worst part is, yeah, damn it. Well, there you go. It's going, but I don't know what status it's at, so trying to create. Should tell me, like, why did it fail? Gotta turn more logging back on, even though I have plenty of logging. It's my contract. Alright. Signed transaction not found. But it didn't fail. It still clearly went through. Okay, so these all went through. Something with this. Status success should be fine. So that's deploy contract 98. Yeah, there are all sorts of errors. Steps do not equal success. Interesting. I'm gonna. Okay. Just checking. It's interesting. Is anybody joined? So it looks like all the viewers that join these come from Twitter. It's interesting. So are you guys actually chatting from Twitter or X? Sorry, X. Hey, well, yeah, I bet it's. Let's see where it's at. I bet this is the Treasury contract, and then we'll have. See, it says it submitted it. That's weird. That's really weird. It like updated that one. All right, cannot resolve. So I had to do I had to add a delay because what was happening was these commands are running so fast in sequence that the blockchain call isn't responding as I would expect it. So it's like I just need to slow down a little bit, which sucks. Because I should be able to send these one by one. They should work. But let's find out why that stepper's failing. Let us do that. I need like 2,000 tokens, although I probably have them somewhere. StatsBot picked up the contract. See, it's perfect. It's all working like I want it to. It's just annoying that these little like as I've tweaked things, I've broken things, as I've made the process better, I've got to get other components up to speed, and so taking a month off of this was brutal because it was close, and then I tinkered, and it's better. It's better in the long run to do it right. It's just annoying at this point. So, all right. So, advanced. That is going to be in here, and I have a delay. Yep. Let's add a delay here. Let's add a delay here. Delay 1. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. We don't care. Delay 3. Alright, so this is adds a I can't even spell adds a delay before creating the treasury. I can add notes now. Treasury. Creating the sales. And this last one, just the init. So this just sends the supply to where it needs to go so that our contract can pick up the sales. Sign, deploy, if payment transaction. I might as well just capture everything I can. I only want to do this one more time and then go fix whatever the hell is going on. Deploy. Why do I have this in here still? I don't think we need it. This section, like if you're, oh wow, look at all these people. Hey Bendy, hey Zara. If you're building, you're probably not going to do what I'm doing. But like if you're building a website to interact with Pact, I like to create one like this. This format right here is used by a lot of things. So think about it like my code that I want to run. So in Pact, it's kind of cool because you can just run Pact code, and I'll show that in a second. You can just run Pact code, and so you want some intermediary function to craft your Pact calls consistently every time. So this is a little unique because it's frankly unique what I'm doing. And so there's a lot to this one. It's a lot more complex than I really wanted. So I may tone it down a little bit. Like all this extra crap too I want out of here. I may tone it down a little bit. Yeah, that's all good. So when we go through here, so sign and process. So this is like so when you're looking at like, that was how to create a command. Then I send that command through. I actually created transactions for this. So I'm going to pull out all those transactions. I need to run them in the proper order. But when you look at like how do you sign stuff, I use this. So all of my signing logic is buried. So if I had a wallet like Wallet Connect, right? That's what the client and session are for. So anybody who's using Wallet Connect, like you can merge everything in one nice like compact code block. All my provider files provide my logic how to use Echo, how to use Wallet Connect, how to use links. It's got logic for how to use SpireKey, which SpireKey is a little different, and I'm kind of going to use more of an if statement there for now, just because I don't want to muddy that up. Just like when I've looked at MetaMask, like adding that, and we have another one and it's drawing a blank right now. But that's an easy way to do it. And so I actually have an old version of this on one of my sites that people have asked me about before. And so I think it's important, like, to uncomplicate your life. So this actually is built to take in an array of transactions. So all that logic you see when I sign like 23 transactions or whatever, literally comes down to this one line of code. So I tried to really make it simple for myself. The complexity does live back here, but it's not complex. It's just formatted for each different wallet type if it needs a change. So I think it's cool. I think it's an easy way to handle it. I'm sure there's somebody who could do it better, and that's cool. I look forward to it, and then I can stop doing it my way. So I think that's enough logging to see. Let me see if there's anything in here I want to log. I want to log errors if they're in here. All right, so errors is already logged. Let's get that out of here. Actually, yeah, get that out of here. I can't spell errors. Okay, did I save everything? All right, let's try this again. Egos. The rest of this is fine. And I bet it's going to fail. Let's see. So that, again, that one line of code, so generated 20. It's asking us to sign. Once we sign all these contracts through there, it's going to take them, and there's all sorts of orchestration that happens after that. But this is a payment. So a payment goes through, which tracks everything at that point. And then these are all your smart contracts. There's a bunch of them. And then we do a couple things, like we deploy a treasury, a sales, and then we initiate. You can see we initiate funds to the proper accounts. And that's what was set in the form. It's pretty self-explanatory. But like I said, this should fail. Did it not fail? and yet it didn't. It's still not doing it. Earlier it was working, so now I'm really annoyed because I thought I fixed that bug. There's no errors. Everything's true, which is what I want. We send 15 KDA to do this. All right, so payment transaction. If anybody's ever streamed before, do you ever get worried like, oh man, they're gonna see what I do in my spare time when they look at this? All right, add contract. Annoying. It's not that. Doesn't matter. So is that SEZ? Preparing to create. I wonder if my delays actually caused it. But let's see if that actually fixed this next issue. So you can see it's working. As annoying as it is right now. It's actually kind of telling that this updated last time for me. So this is actually should be what's going on right now. It's cool, so cool. So I appreciate Emil picking that up, and as we talked about it, like I can put another bot on there. That's not a problem. But he's already got a bot. I'd rather support that and help give him any tools or help if he needs it than just try to add more crap that I don't want to deal with. So it kind of worked out good. The little notification bot's awesome. So I do wish this process was a little faster, especially when you're testing. I have a flow to cut all this out and test it faster, but I just want to see what's happening. Yeah, it should be on Twitch. It should be on Twitch, YouTube, and X. Yeah, this was all working better before I fidgeted with it, but like I said, I'd rather get it right than worry about a little bit of pain. Yes. Yeah, it should be on Twitch. It looks like it's on there. Yeah, Amir Devil. Kind of curious. Done yet? All right, so the first one went through. Let's see if it failed. Oh, success. So our treasury contract was created. Let's see if that delay helped now to get the sales contract. I suspect it will. Like I said, there's a little timing issue. There's like the site knows instantly. All right, so sales counters initialized. I think I actually might add a string to the end of this so debugging is easier. So like people can be like, oh, it said it failed on this, although it should say. I'm surprised it didn't update any of these. Why even have all this logic if it's not going to work? So this last piece is actually what's been giving me the most grief and what I wanted to test. I'm glad I tested it because now I realize I have to go back and figure out why this isn't creating something for me. And if you guys have any like unrelated questions, I'm just babbling because there's people in here. I'm happy to cover whatever. This is just for me to kind of catch up with what else I got to tweak today, and we're working on some fake data. Let me see. I cannot show this because it has something in it that I don't want to share. Just good thing I looked at it. All right, so create YOLO. Hello 3. True. Wow. Let me just call somebody. All right. Cool. So I got somebody. Some of you know him, Advanced Tech, Elijah. He's been helping me with stuff lately. He helped me with a couple things on here just to help move things along while I was working on the decks with Pascal. And he's working on right now. It looks like that actually succeeded, which is I'm not supposed to swear on here, but I want to because this was giving me nightmares. So it's working now. So this, what did I even call this one? Egos. So let's close this for a second. So he's working on the data feed for this. So I'm pulling this off from Pact, which is fine. Through the decks, we have all of this data already. I'll pull in every token. Yeah, I'll pull in every token on chain, not just ours, all of them. We'll track the created tokens, which I think is cool. So you can see and like quickly go in here and be like, oh, let's see if our new. See, look, it's already here. There's nothing here because it hasn't actually been. A sale hasn't happened yet, so it's coming soon because it actually starts tomorrow. So it's cool, right? You have it. This is dummy data. Don't get too excited. But this is where you can go in if you wanted to participate in like a sale to buy it. Yeah, you see our placeholder text is here. If you want to do a transfer, which is weird because some people ask me like, "Hey, how do I transfer my tokens?" Thanks, Bendy. And then there's like if you want to be able to see what's going on during a sale, this probably will end up in manage like this stuff, but it's kind of cool so you can see like if it actually has something. So if we were actually, this doesn't need to be here. I reuse a modal, which I like to reuse, but maybe not the best for this. So you can see how much is sold, what phase we're in, which this looks wrong. I wonder if I have a placeholder in there. And then how many tokens. So these probably pulled dynamically. This I need to check the logic. But it's just like what's left, how many can I buy? As the person who launched a sale, when you're done, you hit distribute tokens. I'm not going to take over. I'm not going to own any of this. So it's on the token creators. And then you just distribute the tokens to everybody who purchased. You end sale, which then will actually load everything on the DEX for you. So it will create your pairs. If the pair already exists, that's fine. It'll just add the liquidity from the sale. And your token is literally on a DEX tradable once this is done. There's nothing else you have to do. It's ready to go. It's using the same logic. I did this on purpose. It's using this very, very similar contract structure that Bro used with some differences. They're different purposes. I added a little bit more to be able to identify tokens and kind of like create like a standard for myself so people could read in like what's the image for the token and things like that. And so it also tracks which DEX, which is just the supply chain. So it knows if you're on chain 1 on mainnet, it knows that you're on KDS and it'll put KDS on here, which is cool. That's where your primary liquidity goes. This is not changeable, but I'm suspecting I may want to be able to change that at some point. And then the last thing is if you want to add more liquidity, this is like for your sales. So again, you can see like I need to move this stuff around a little bit. This will let you change the price of your sale. So it did pick this up. So it is pulling this. This is the price I set for my phases. So if I wanted to change them, I could. I suppose it's probably gonna make me a liar right now because I haven't tested since we changed all this. But look at that. Let's see. I bet that. Let's see what our command is. Look at that. Oh, there you go. Phase 0. And it kept the price perfect, as it should. So that's cool. If you want to add a whitelist, K1, K2. And this is, I could provide some basic validation here, but I don't want to stop people from using legacy accounts, from using contract controlled accounts, do whatever. I have logic to check all those too, but I want this to be, this is really up to you, like how you want to do it. I actually had a form where you could drop a list too. I may figure out where that component is and move that back in here because that was like a switch. Like if you want to just drop a list, some people aren't going to want to put everyone in, but also, you know, boo effing who for a minute too. So let's call good enough good. And what's nice, let's see. Yeah, so if you're I don't care about the balance there. It doesn't matter because there's no balance yet because nobody has a token. So you've seen like setting liquidity on the dexes, right? You've seen that process of adding. This is double-sided liquidity. There's no single-sided here. I'm not even gonna mess with that. I wanted like the stupidest, easiest. You put one in here and it'll match up the tokens that you need. And so I want it to be super simple if you want to be able to add liquidity. I know this says set initial. That's a miscarriage of justice. That's not actually what it is. It's actually just setting liquidity once it's established. So those are like the primary. Those are like the primary things. If you want to swap, just swap it. So it's like a little quick swap. If you want to go in here and I could show, I think one of my tokens actually is all set up, so I could go and pull that. But that's like the heart of it. And then I had other stuff like airdrops. I'm going to add all that back. But I'm trying to think of how to operate these sites. And so what I'm thinking about like buys and swaps is adding like a 0.1% or even 0.1% like fee in either the token or it wouldn't be in the token, it'd be in KDA until it's launched. I'm gonna maybe put like a toggle you can pay like in KDA or that because this stuff is not free. And I have other people actually. So there's another person who's actually running all this because I can build it all, but like there's all these fun rules that I have in the US that I just don't have time and effort to deal with. And so we have easier jurisdictions to work in. So I would rather us be able to do things. If I get in trouble for coding something, I can't help that. But that's kind of like the TLDR on this stuff. And then if you actually want like our swap interface, so this is a little different. This one's a little different. So it says, so you'll see it's like select token index first, which is fine. Let's see. I think YOLO 2 has, I don't know that this one does. Let's find one that I know does. There we go. So this is on testnet. So in testnet, I actually have the token on KDS. I had a toggle in here to switch mainnet testnet. I'm actually hard stopping that for production. It's just going to be on mainnet for now, so that people don't get confused. But if you had a token that's on both dexes, you can pick the aggregator, and it'll actually pick, and it can split between the two dexes. It'll actually pick your best price. So if you have liquidity on two dexes, it will like 5%. Like it could trade 5% on one and 95% on the other if you wanted. Kind of like I think that's kind of like what Lynx does. I would probably say that theirs is probably better at this point because it's integrated into the wallet. But this is for any wallet, for anybody if you want to come in and just do everything from one place. Um, it's what it is. So you'll kind of get an idea. Like that's what I'm trying to do is just make it easy for people, and I do. Are you talking like actual GNOME, like on Linux or Chrome? Yeah, and Ron's correct. The point of the CAD pad is to actually like run all of this stuff. I'm just giving a place for people to launch code, and anybody who's followed along with this knows that this is my favorite piece of here. I actually had a let me see. Oof, that modal needs to be updated. You know what? I think it's actually not supposed to be in here. That's why. So I actually had mint. This will mint an NFT. You're right. You're right. As a matter, this would be your NFT ID. So you could submit that, and Bob's your uncle. You have successfully minted token. Yeah, I do know how to make Chrome exit. What's? Do you have a specific question or? I agree, Bendy. Totally agree. And thank you for getting on YouTube. Can you create? Wish only create one to share. Yeah, I have had some fun with that. It's screen sharing on here is brutal. I don't know. So I reworked. I reworked all of this. So if you have like, it's still a little wonky with sizing and stuff. I need to like add like. There's too much spacing here. This shouldn't need a scroll. Uh, you can go full screen with the ID and cut it down, and then simplified all this. So Raul helped with all that. Um, I really like it. So you can, if you want to run commands on mainnet, this is supposed to switch. I clearly messed that up, but um, yeah. So it's a different contract on mainnet or different logic on mainnet. So I'd have to actually rerun it because it's not going to update that automatically. It wouldn't know to. But we're going to stay on testnet. So that's everything. I'm going to run one more test and try to log where it's failing, and then I like these little code windows. This is you can provide a list. You can provide a list of people and payment amounts. Two lists. They just match up index, and it will send the amount you put, all of them. And what's cool is I can show you. Oh, there's ID page. So down here. Ugh. Where is it? Maybe it's in what is it called? Templates. Templates section. I bet it's just hidden. Look at that. All right, so check this out. I actually used this the other day, and like I said, it's going to end up in the page I was showing earlier. It doesn't need to be in here. Um, you can go in here and receiver one, and then just put a whole bunch of receivers in there, and then I want to pay them one or whatever, and then you can come down. These are all vetted, not in the sense that I care what people do it in. I just know that they work. But what I will probably do soon is it will be for the token you've selected. So it's just easy. You can just go into Explorer, go to the token you want, and then this will be a feature in there. So this is if you want to airdrop. And then I left it custom, so you could just do like 3 dot. I don't know, not so whatever. So like you can just do that in there. I'm just going to build an app, and it took me a week to have this working. It took me a week. It can take a lot longer to style it. It takes a lot longer to get it production ready. So this page right here, like it looks simple, it's still a ton of work. And I did it twice. So, and see my light mode's still brutal on the eyes. I think, yeah. So this still needs a little bit of work. I remember that. I think one of our branches actually has light mode fixed. I just got to merge it in here. But yeah, like this component took 2 days for me to code and have it working. It was just a single page though. Once we broke it into multiple steps and broke out the functionality, took a little bit of effort, but I'd say I've probably spent a couple weeks restyling it. I actually had to work on a node. I had to work on data sources, getting the right feeds. I ended up doing a DEX in the middle of it, and I think I started this 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah, I could have given people, I guess I technically could have given it to them within a week. It would have looked terrible. There would have been tons of bugs. But like another week after that, most of those bugs were worked out, and people have been testing it ever since. Just not very pleasant aesthetically. So, yeah, we're going to release this as an open beta because there are still some things that could happen. The nice thing is we can recover from anything. So if somebody deploys and has an issue, I'm tracking everything, all your steps. I'm creating a base64 capture of your contracts. So if we need to resume them, they can be resumed. It knows what step you were on. It'll do a check when you reconnect. If something catastrophic happens, I know how to, as long as one of the contracts deployed, it's very easy for me to give you something to run on here. You just drop it in this window and hit submit, and you're done. So I'm not worried about issues. I think I've worried about chasing some perfection on this a little bit too much because I don't want there to be problems. But like I'm realizing like every time I get into it, I break something, fix it, and it's a little bit better. But we only need to do so much of that right now. So I think people just want it. They just want to be able to create tokens. So I'm gonna oblige, and we can move on from there. Sorry, it's probably because I'm not talking. Let me see. Fix this a little bit. I look away from my mic, it's all messed up. So, all right, I want to do. Let's see if I. That's fair. Toast. I've used this logo a lot. Toast. That's my balance. So I do have 15. Okay, it's not lying. What's the most challenging part? Oh, um, take a beer. The most challenging part is working on this for more than 20 minutes without somebody doing something. um, the most challenging part was by far um, getting this piece in a good state. Um, there's just so much looseness to it. There's so many conditions that can happen, and so if you don't follow Pact a lot, I showed this I think the other day, but hey, let me just show you that tab. Go. So this is like the best way I like to explain somebody who has this. All right. So the best way I can explain why Pact is nice, it's I know a lot of other smart project languages have benefits too. This is technically a module that I can deploy right now, right from this page. So I actually do deploy some from here just to test on testnet. I wouldn't do it for mainnet. It's not really the purpose. But if you wanted to, it's kind of cool because you can do defun sub u. So then you would do like format. What's up? What's up? And then you. What's up, you? All right. So then if you want to see, and you actually, like I didn't deploy anything, but if you want to test, what's up, me? What's up, me? What's up? What's up with you? So like, I know again, it's not like anything crazy complex, but when some people have never done this before, it's like voodoo for some. And they think it's scary because Pact is a different smart contract language, is its own thing. But then you just look at like how simple it is to actually use and interact with. So as a developer, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. In my opinion, it's pretty easy. So you could do a lot more advanced stuff than this. It's like the simplest example I can. It's like a hello world example, just to kind of show. But what was cool was getting it to this point where I can actually show you like the output of your commands, and if you want to submit this on chain, that would go on chain. This would be a smart contract on chain, and then you could go and you could say free.ab.sub, and look at that, you can call it from anywhere. So once you deploy, you could just like you don't need all this next time. You just call this, and then it'll output this. It's kind of cool. It probably won't help somebody who's more advanced, but for somebody who's just like a casual observer and wants to be like, well, how do I easily get a balance of something? Well, just go in here. Look, go in here. I made these predefined, and what I did this for, these templates, don't matter. They don't mean anything. They're simply here to show you, here's the syntax, or here's the structure of a simple Pact call, and here's the output. Simple. It's just pulling your wallet in that's connected. I think I actually put, like, if you put your NFT ID in here, you could actually sell it. It's like a fixed sale, but it's just V2 right now. I'll probably actually get, I think I'm going to left this in here just to show people the code for it. Like, I don't know if this will bug me out or not. Yeah, so it doesn't find it, but this is the, if this was an NFT that belonged to me, that would work. So this is gonna, like, it shows you everything you would need to list of sales. So when you go back and you're like, I don't understand how refs work. Well, this is how you build a mod ref in your data. And so again, like these are the questions people ask me. So I literally just took all of this and put examples on here. So not so people don't ask me. That's not the point. Efficiently, that is a good benefit for anybody to strive for, is if you're doing it right, people aren't going to ask you questions. But really, it's just a way for like somebody who's just learning Pact to come in here and be like, well, how do I structure a transfer? It'll show you the capabilities and everything you need so you understand how to structure it. People ask me, why do we have coin.gas? Well, you need to sign a gas cap. It's just little things like that. Yeah, it does everything Chainweaver. It's different, but yeah, it does pretty much everything Chainweaver does. I just added more examples, and I actually might just make like a huge code library and templates and like make it searchable. I have probably 150 different things that we could call through my own smart contracts, ones that I've created. I have like an inventory of them, so I can drag and drop them. But that's another thing for another day. I want to go test this one more time. Let's actually start over. And I'm on the fence if I want to persist sessions, like wallet connect sessions. I used to always do that. I kind of like it. Forces you to like clear out every time. So I like it like this now. So what was happening? So we were getting an error on deploy on step 1. So we create our transaction. Damn. Hate when it does this. All right, so running through here. So add step, transaction.push, initiate deploy. So then we have sign and process. So we have our list of commands for signed transactions. Or this is where we sign them all. And then we have payment transaction in here. So if payment transaction, then process. We have steps and payment step index. Main transaction, I think, is what I want. Main transactions. Okay. So it's creating set step. If step index does not equal transaction ID. Let me see what that is. Console log ID from init. Transaction ID, that's good. Chain suffix, okay, that makes sense. So it puts all my transaction hashes in here. So that's step 1. Did we get in here? I wonder if this is where we're getting. So console log inside step is -1. Sign and process transaction, which then calls sign transaction not found, pre-flight, retry, request key, res that request key. And then there should be one more process. Transactions. Init supply. So we put that together. That shouldn't matter. I bet this is what's doing it. I bet because I added this step in here. And I'm guessing well, let's see. Come on. Let's use deploy store. So let's go to our stores. Play Store. So steps. I'm betting that's what it is. Start running my shopping list on chain. Oh, there's a lot of people who check this out. That's cool. I always think Twitter is like a lot of people who follow me here. I do appreciate when people jump in like the other ones and engage. It all puts it in the same chat for me, so I don't really care. I'll get Penny's message. So let's run through this now. I think this is what. I think this is what it is. I bet it doesn't equal. Is there anything else I need to do? Nope. All right, we're going to do this very simple one this time. So it's going to be simp. Sip, like sup. 79,000. 790,000. Even better. Use our cheat code. Let's connect our wallet. Well, this is good. I wanted to test if the balance checker was working. All right, so you notice there's not like all that extra crap in here this time. All my checks are good, which it should tell me if they're not. This will gray out and there'll be a warning here. All right, no sales. This should be good. Sorry, so this is what I want to see. I don't understand what the effing F it didn't fail for this time. Other than I didn't add sales, which I'm thinking maybe something was sales. I'm thinking it's the new thing I added with init at the end that's creating this. But as you see, it's submitted properly this time, which is annoying because the other two times it didn't. And now I feel like, yeah, perfect. So it immediately submits. So we signed 21 contracts, 21 commands, not contracts. The first command is a payment in Kitty or Heron. And then we immediately submit to all 20 chains for our smart contract. And once it submits, I don't care if you leave the site. Like you see, like some of these actually confirm pretty quick. I know they're working on like enhancements so that thing is getting the mempool faster so we don't miss blocks. So it actually feels faster. But then you can see like once I remove that filter, stuff starts chugging away pretty quick. The first few numbered chains are always the slowest. Not slow. That's not the right way to put it. They're all equal speed. They just take a little bit longer because there's more stuff happening on them, on mainnet at least. And there's more happening on testnet too. So, hi Ron from Twitch. And the problem I have now. So our first one was 0. Which is good. Balance satisfied. All that doesn't matter. It's all my contracts. That transaction was good. Everything was good. STESP. That's what I do. I type it wrong on purpose. All right, so step 1, success. This is what we want. Step 2, success. I wonder, there's got to be some weird conditioning happening. I wonder if I'm throwing too many things at it. So then you can see it's all here. And that was simp. So again, it should be simp. Should be here. So that's it. There's no magic outside of that. That's how it's supposed to work. I'm a little peeved that it didn't fail that time because I've turned on like every log that I need. So I was hoping token.js 41. Bet that's checking for payment type coin. So what it should do is, oh, that's what I added. I added a thing. So if this pops up, it'll pop up with a swap if you want to actually swap for Heron. But I got rid of that, which is probably not helpful for this because I got rid of that because I thought that was stupid. It's cool, but it's stupid. When you use it, you'll realize it's stupid. It's just extra steps for people to take for no reason. So that's the state of it. I'm going to keep tracking down because I talked and I didn't do anything. I'm going to keep tracking down. I'm thinking it's related something into my sales process, and I added those delays and this started happening. So I'm going to go back and I had to do some actual like debugging on this now, and I'm going to go back and actually check if there's a weird condition happening. That's why it's failing balance check. If there's a weird condition happening, but the other things on here I didn't show. So I think it says currently disabled, but that's like literally a 30-second fix. And what that does is on your supply chain, you can, which is good because I need to add a feature in Explore for this if you enable it. If you enable this, it allows you to increment your supply. I don't know if somebody does that. I'm going to, if somebody checks this and actually has it, I think I'm going to alert that that's the case so that people are aware. It's not necessarily my responsibility to do that, but it is important that people understand that they can mint more tokens at will. And it's very easy because you just have to go into a little modal, put who you want them to go to. But it's awesome for some projects who don't need a sale up front or have a different use case. And then this one does work. So if you do this after, I can't remember if I set it for after your sale or like before your sales ended or shortly after, it locks your governance so you cannot change your token smart contract. Yeah, it can go. Yeah, it would definitely have to go in the event so that it's easy to pick up. Is that you, Emil? Sneaking in here and I didn't even know that? I bet it is. Nobody else would have asked me that. Nobody else would have asked me that. I outed you. It is. I added sale. Yeah. So I updated this earlier. So now our create event is okay. So this is good that you're on here, or whoever the F you are. It's good. I changed this from create underscore to create dash because I don't know why I ever did underscore for that. When I push this, I'll let you know because it will obviously miss anything. But I added sale, so you'll know if there's a sale going on. We've got supply in here, so you can list out their supply. I think that was, it's got their logo, the name of the token, the contract name, and then I guess we could add another one that's like mint. Oh, yeah, mint is fine. So let's update that. Mint. Well, no, let's not assume things here. And then mint update. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not evaluating it. Mint is mint. Let's see if that. My ID has this tendency to add that extra crap on there, and that's why we test. Add contract. True. False. Oh. Okay. $74. Really? Let's see. Mint. Oh, duh. See? Again, does the token utilize minting? Look at that. Look at what we have. That should work now. There we go. We're happy now. We so happy. Oh, yeah, it's because I changed the values. I don't care anymore. Yeah, you have to be careful when you start wholesale changing things to test and then not update. I shouldn't have changed them in the first place. But that's it. That's probably all I'm going to do. It's like a acquired taste. I need to get back into this. I've wanted to get back into this. The last 15 times I've tried, something bad happened, and so thankfully I haven't checked my phone yet, but it seems like everything survived okay today. It's cool when people come in and interact. You could put it on the back burner. I know some of these can be a little winded, but if you don't mind, if anybody hasn't, please follow me, or not follow me. Please subscribe on YouTube. It's free. I'm just trying to get my follower count up on there. If you're seeing this on X, I'm assuming you're probably already following me. If not, that'd be cool. I do post a lot, so if it annoys you, mute me. I don't care. It's just cool to see bullish crypto 14. But I'm gonna go and it's about 3:40 here. I'm gonna go and take a few minutes and see how the kid did at school, and then I'm gonna get back in and try to figure out how to trigger that error we were getting until we weren't. Once I turned on all my logging, of course, that I needed, and I think it makes sense. Like if you look at kind of going through the site, it's like close. I think a couple more hours, and I'm happy to. I'm gonna test deploying everything on mainnet because I have some smart contracts that go along with this. I'm going to test deploying everything on mainnet probably tomorrow morning. I have a busier week this week than I thought. Some stuff came up, so I want to deploy everything tomorrow. Realistically, I think that's a terrible idea. So I'll see how things are looking and feel, and then kind of come up with that. So like it's either that or it's any day now. I'm out all day Saturday too, so it's like pick the best time to do these things. But we'll have this out very, 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 very shortly. Just a couple little bugs. I just want to track them down and get them out, and then people, you can see I'm not doing anything special. I'm just going here and deploying. So testnet beta. No, I'm just going to open it to mainnet because we've tested like 120 of these now. Unless you think we should. Oh, I think Kabir and a couple others are going to run through a couple tests. If you want to run through a couple tests, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So, yeah. So, anyways, I'm just ranting now. I hope this was anybody who stuck around and like kind of check stuff out. I hope this is useful. I do like feedback. I like to kind of show and explain what I'm doing. So sometimes it can slow down, it can speed up, but I enjoy this, and thank you. And hope everyone has a good rest of the day. So people check this out. I'm going to keep doing it again. I really enjoy these, and I'm just cool if people just kind of sit there and listen, and once in a while throw some comments to keep it interesting. So thank you, Whale. That was cool of you to join. So if you ever have questions, hit me up, and If I missed them, if you asked before, my apologies. Just send me another DM, and I'm always happy to talk about this stuff. So until next time, hope everybody has a good rest of the day.